Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. Recently, the King gave a speech at Parliament, and there's some couple of interesting points to come out of the energy sector of proposals moving forward. And even without the reaction from the eco warriors out there, what has been announced is a very good thing, because the UK needs to improve its energy security. So I've got the article here from the BBC, and I'm not going to go through everything: crime and justice, policing, etc., etc. There was a couple of points on housing. We've covered that in the podcast episode. I think it's going to be a YouTube video for that as well. So as always, please go and subscribe to the Property Nomads podcast on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. We've covered the housing section over there. Two key points. Well, actually, not even two key points. One key point from energy and environment. So what is going to happen moving forward is that licenses for oil and gas projects in the North Sea are to be awarded annually under the Offshore Petroleum Licensing Bill. In a nutshell, unless you've been living under a rock, there's potentially a lot of oil in the North Sea. And with everything that's been going on in the last few years, we need more energy security in the UK. We are not able to just rely solely on wind and solar, because it's just not going to work if you're trying to use them as the main source of energy. You always need a base energy. That base energy could be oil, could be gas, could be coal, could be nuclear. Nuclear is the answer. And then you can top that up with solar, wind, etc., etc. Now, there's a lot of different things out there. Point being is that the UK, we import quite a lot of our oil, etc., etc. So what we can do, or what we need to do, is to become more energy reliant on ourselves. And the one way to do that is to actually tap into the resources that we've got on our shores, because we need it. Oil and gas isn't going to go away anywhere, despite what Just Stop Oil and all these other, eco people think. Oil and gas has got a future. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's just unfortunate that these forms of licenses, it's 2023. These should have been done 10 to 15 years ago, because you don't just turn the tap on, it flows, and that's it, it's problem solved. When it comes to mining, when it comes to energy, oil, whatever it might be, the supply side takes a very, very long time to get on board. So yes, there are going to be licenses for oil and gas projects in the North Sea. They're going to be awarded annually under this new bill. That is a very, very good thing for the UK moving forward. It probably doesn't solve anything in the short term, probably not the medium term either, but in the long term, yes. At the end of the day, we need oil, we need gas, probably need a bit of coal every now and then. We need nuclear more than anything else. And then that can work in tandem with solar, with wind. All that can work in tandem moving forward. And this is a point I think people miss quite a lot, especially when they get on their eco high horse, because I'm recording this before any reaction has taken place. I guarantee to you there will be eco warrior reaction about, Just Stop Oil, we don't need any more, we don't want any more, blah, 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 blah. And these very same people, two things. Number one, they don't want to pay for my electric bill, because, if they want to pay for everyone's electric bill because that's how they want the world to be, fine, fair enough. Number two, the mining aspects and all the ecological impact of mining all these things that you need for electric vehicles and solar panels and wind turbines, etc. That's probably doing more damage to the environment than plopping an oil rig or opening a new oil rig in the North Sea. But again, the media won't tell you that. And again, it's about trying to work in tandem as best as possible. So from the King's speech, this is a very, very good thing, because we're heading into a phase, we're heading into a time now where countries are going to try and become more sovereign, and we're going to need more security in terms of energy and natural resources. This is a way for the UK to really get back on track. This isn't a short or medium term solution. This is a very long term solution. So we need more of a bigger energy strategy. So I'm quite happy that this has been given, that this is the first step to hopefully more energy security for the UK. As always, do head across to the podcast itself, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast platform or wherever you get your podcasts. Go and subscribe to the podcast, please. And for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, yeah, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube videos as well. We produce a lot more content on YouTube than we do on the podcast. Just use that bell notification thing moving forward. Thank you very much. Here's to energy security. See you in the next video.